over to this. I will immediately go and do it again. Not the first time, will not be the last time that we've put two of our illustrious city council members on the never-ending parade of stupid in the same day. So Regina Romero can now join the parade line while Steve Kozachik can take over driving the trolley on the never-ending parade of stupid today. There's an editorial in the Arizona Daily Star written by Two-Face Steve Kozachik. It's entitled, Legislature Can Learn a Valuable Lesson from Tucson's Bipartisanship. Let's just set the stage really quick. This is the same city council member who used to come on the show every single Friday and discuss matters of the city council. That was until he decided to throw his support behind Democrat Ron Barber and then wouldn't bother to come on the show to explain himself, to which since then he pretty much gave his approval and support to almost everybody left of center on the ballot. Sits on the panel on Arizona Illustrated next to the likes of Pima County Democratic Shock Chairman and has yet to change his party affiliation from Republican to either Independent or Democrat. He's not fooling anybody. But he wants to teach us a little bit about bipartisanship. The elections are finally over. Hopefully many of us will take that time to think about the process we just watched unfold and conclude that if we're going to solve some of our significant local, regional, statewide, national issues, we've got to embrace the new normal, and that is a real bipartisan approach to government. You know, if bipartisan, Steve, means caving and compromising for the other side while getting nothing in return, then I would agree with him. But that's not really what bipartisanship is it? That is two sides working together. You tell me one thing that anybody on the city council has gone and conceded to Steve K. And in the meantime, I'll give you a list, and he does it himself, of things that Steve K has conceded to everybody else on the city council. Good governance occurs when parties find the overlap that exists in their general sets of values and use that common ground to produce public policy that isn't a zero-sum game of I win, you lose. Yeah, you know, but if you are really a Republican, then you're always losing because you're always caving. There's no bipartisanship going on here. Steve Fimbres, Paul Cunningham, Regina Romero, Karen Ulick, Shirley Scott, they're not conceding anything that is on, you know, the Republican list of agenda items. No, it's you kowtowing to them. I don't see them throwing support behind Republican candidates the way you've thrown support behind Democratic candidates. And he goes on to say, at the level of the Arizona legislature, what we now see is a chance for moderation. The supermajority that has ruled has been reduced. The Republican Party would do well to recognize that the will of the electorate was expressed. That will is a clear desire to see a less hyperpartisanship and more serious deliberation of the major issues we face. First off, let me remind everybody, he's still a Republican. Secondly, the Republicans still have a majority. The only reason why they have less of one is because of a bunch of Democrats who redistrict the state that handed seats to Democrats. But make no mistake, there was no mandate going on here. The Republican Party still has control. This was not about the public saying, we want more bipartisanship. No, redistricting changed those seats. If the state would like an object lesson, it can look to the Tucson City Council for guidance. What? What? Let's just stop there. He's actually saying Arizona State Legislature, which has fixed the budget, balanced it, and actually had a surplus. And he's telling them to look to the Tucson City Council for guidance? These guys couldn't find their rear end from a rat hole. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, look to the group that squandered $230 million. Look to the group that overpays on every single project they do. Look to the group that's got crumbling streets everywhere, a city riddled with graffiti, that has a choo-choo train that we don't know how to pay for. Yeah, look to them. You look to them if you want to know not how to govern. You look to the Tucson City Council for a list of things of how not to lead. You look to the City Council and go, don't do that. If you want to fail, if that is your mindset, you know what? I decided that I would like to fail in leadership. Well, you know what? Check out the Tucson City Council. They do a fantastic job. Over the course of the past 2 years, we've adopted bipartisan ordinances and resolutions that have opened the door to expanded business opportunities, a streamlined process in our economic development staff on the 10th floor of City Hall, hundreds of millions of dollars in new retail development, and we're putting in place a new paradigm for how we approach growth in the urban core. So just doing your job now is apparently bipartisan. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. All you did was list off things that are kind of in your job description of this is what you are supposed to do. You know, what about all your support to, again, almost everybody left of center on the ballot? And did any of your comrades support anybody right of center on the ballot? Pima County Democratic Shock Chairman Jeff Rogers? Anyway. The City Council has stood up against legislation coming from the state that would have had detrimental impacts on our economy. So that's Steve K leaning to the left. We have and will continue to resist legislation that reduces our funding for public education. That's Steve leaning to the left again. He's going to fall over here in a minute. We have and will continue to advocate for the dignity of those in need with health care. That's what it's leaning to the left again. We have done that within the context of that new normal, bipartisan, and on a collaborative basis that includes input from many constituent voices, each of us here in the community. No, you haven't. You've caved, you have compromised, and you've gotten nothing in return. No one has moved to compromise on anything to the right of the issues. Let me put it a starker way. Okay, and then we'll wrap this up, okay? If you are a straight guy, right? If you're a straight guy, okay? You're a heterosexual straight dude, and you start dating a gay man, okay? You are now not both bisexual. You may have become bisexual, but the gay man you're dating is still gay. Now, if you continue to exclusively date that gay man, you have now become gay. But that gay person hasn't changed. But that's what he wants everybody to believe. You know, well, look, I was a straight guy, and now I'm dating a gay person, so that makes us both bisexual. No, it doesn't. They are still gay. You're the one that changed, not them. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just want to make that clear. 751-1041 is the phone number. More of the Jon Justice Show coming up. You can watch on the CW58 cable channel 8. You're listening to 1041 The Truth. Right talk for Tucson.